All right, so I've been wanting to do this for a while. Continue these videos on the judges. I already did one on Othniel, the first judge of Israel. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. It's really complex. Lion men, cryptid, hybrid humans, and it just really speaks to who these people were and what they were and what they were being used for. Now, to beat a dead horse, Genesis 6 tells us, giants and then the men of renown, the men of old. This is what they mean, that these wild stories written through history, that's where these guys come from. And you have to take the supernatural with everything in the Bible. It makes more sense when you read the stories like this, and you get the point of who these people were. So, again, we're going to continue. This will be on Ehud, the son of Gera, a Benjaminite. Really quick, I do have a podcast in September coming out on the judges. We did everybody together, and it was really complex, and we did a lot of banter. So I'm going to try to focus on things I know I missed and more details on these videos. So, we'll be good. Again, Ehud, the son of Gera, a Benjaminite. We'll start there with the Benjaminite. If you track all of the Gibberim from David's mighty men, most of them, probably 90%, come from the tribe of Benjamin. You read the stories, once they got to the promised land, Benjamin did what you were not supposed to do, and they were generally genealogically tracked from all the bad stuff. So you got that in that corner. Now, when they got to the promised land, Benjamin got Gibeon and Geba. Geba, it's going to come up with this guy, was Amorite land, Bashan, King Og, and Lebanon. Very significant that this is where a lot of that bloodline mixed and cohabitated. Now, Ehud, the son of Gera. Now, Benjamin begat Bela and other sons. Bela begat Gera and other sons. But when you go through the genealogy, even though Ehud is the son of Gera, a Benjaminite, he's not listed in Gera's genealogy. It's a small detail, but it's huge, because we know that if somebody is off in genealogy in some fashion, it's on purpose, because they weren't making these mistakes. They didn't forget to put Adam in there. It was somebody that was not to be named. Now, with that being said, what is listed is 1 Chronicles 8:6, and these are the sons of Ehud. These are the Rashi Avot, it's Hebrew, of the inhabitants of Geba, and they drove them out to Manashat. Now, Rashi Avot is translated to be heads of the fathers or founders. So, put it into layman's terms, the sons of Ehud were the heads of the inhabitants of Geba and were driven out. The next detail is Ehud made a dagger which had 2 edges of a cubit length, and he hid it under his raiment upon his right thigh. Where a raiment is his clothes. So he hid a dagger, a cubit length, on his thigh. Cubit is 18 inches. Swords are generally 24 to 38 inches. So this gentleman has hid a mini sword on his thigh, on his right thigh, and it didn't get caught by the guards. Another detail, right? Now, the next one is he was mentioned as a man left-handed. There's only 2 times that happens in the Bible. One with Ehud, and the second time was 700 chosen men from Benjamin were taken to war against Gibeah and surrounding nations. So that is another very complex detail where you were looked at as coming from somewhere different or having some kind of abilities because you were left-handed. So this gentleman's story goes, while they were under rule of King Eglon of Moab, because that's kind of how the judges went, was one would be there and they would keep everybody safe and he would die, and then bad stuff would happen, and then God would find another judge with special abilities, special bloodlines to keep his people safe. So specifically, this gentleman with 18-inch dagger strapped to his thigh, coming from Geba and the Amorite lands, He was the one chosen to carry the tax for the tribes while they were on the rule. I can imagine why they chose him to carry the tax. He might be kind of safe because he's a big gentleman. So let's wrap this up. Ehud, the son of Gera, a Benjaminite, comes from Amorite, Bashan, Lebanon area, is not genealogically tracked properly, was able to carry an 18-inch long dagger on his thigh without it being noticed, is left-handed, and was appointed as the second Shofetim, which are the judges or rulers. Makes more sense now.